Paul. Yes, yes, yes. I was just reading this Miranda rule. Yes, a requirement that before any questioning by law enforcement authorities take place, individuals receive warnings regarding their privilege against self-incrimination, right to remain silent, and to be represented by an attorney. Yes. Uh, I was really wondering about that because when you arrested me in 2012, yes. I remember when I was living in the fifth wheel. Yes, it was in May of 2012. It was 7 p.m. on a Sunday night. Yes. And you served me the dissolution of marriage at the same time as arresting me, Sheriff. Yeah. And I said, well, can I get my phone and my identification? They let me do that. And then they put the handcuffs on me and they put me in the back of the patrol car. Yes. But I don't remember them reading me my rights. Now, when I got to the actual police station, yes, the telephone didn't work. The payphone in the jail, yes, where they book you in, yeah. But Officer LaRue let me use his phone. Oh, he was really nice, and I called an attorney, and I said, well, I didn't violate any protection order. Well, afterwards, I found out it was something that happened approximately 24 days before then. Yes. Well, I had called Healthy Families of Clallam County to find out if they had the documentation from the Attorney General on Guam. Yeah. That I had done the 7 hours of parenting classes so that I could go through some sort of reconciliation with my wife and kids. Yes. Well, they said that I violated a protection order where I wasn't given any due process in 2011. Yes. And you gave custody of my sons to my wife. I don't know if they read me my Miranda rights that time, but I am sure that when I got interviewed and I asked for an attorney, yes, it violated my Miranda rights to not use questioning instead of interview. Ooch. And then there's this big question of Brennan, Washington, where my voter rights are being, well, really challenged. Yes, that I don't have the capacity or nature to understand exactly the effect of voting. But I was never questioned by those in law enforcement about where I was on June 16th of 2017. Yes. And when I was video arraigned for a failure to appear, and I asked Judge Landis, well, where'd you send the notice? Because I'm homeless. Did you send it to 1023 Kitchen Dick Road? Because that's what the failure to appear warrant for my arrest says, where there's $500,100 bail. Seemed excessive to me. Yes, it did. Now, when I'm sitting here thinking about these Miranda rights and that privilege that I have to not self-incriminate, yes, you arraigned me for a failure to appear for a 2-count criminal complaint when I had emailed from this location, the Port Angeles Police Department, that I wasn't in Brennan, Washington. Yes. And I didn't email any of the co-workers of Heidi. It's this whole concept of, well, he's trying to contact her through a third party. And I thought, I've been emailing the FBI, the police departments, and those in office for the last 2.5 years. And for some reason, nobody seems to understand that you can't issue court orders where there's forgery and fraud. Yes. And then you can't arrest a person for wanting to contact the advocacy of domestic violence about, did you get the actual documentation that I did 7 hours of parenting classes? Yes. Now, in 2012, I was living in a fifth wheel at the same location where my wife had lived in that little blue house behind Kingswood Foursquare Church. And for 7 years and 3 months, you decided you were going to completely fuck me over. And I'm thinking that when you... well... No one questioned me about where I was at on June 16th of 2017, and I've sent emails every day before then and after then about my civil rights being violated. Oh, but you didn't have to enforce the civil rights of American citizens. Well, these Miranda rights. Now, I wanted to know why it, well... When you think about it, okay, I'm actually going to sue the newspapers, and if you've been money laundering through any debit or credit card, or for some reason somebody's got 40 years of advance payments on newspaper subscriptions, yes, I'm going to sue you for any and all crimes that I have the evidence of every newspaper of the United States of America. Now, it seems like somebody's always checking something. Oh. Oh. Now, when. Well, I'm a little upset that no one enforced my rights. You won't allow me to speak to my sons. You kidnapped them when I wasn't a resident of Washington State. And nobody seems to understand that when you have the evidence that I didn't commit a crime, you had an obligation to exonerate me, Pooch. But you wouldn't do that. And then you made me. Well, I know you're upset this morning, but I'm actually. I can't fucking believe this.